So Joe Burrow officially planted his flag for Jermaine Burton to see the field more, and with T. Higgins' injury status up in the air, it's looking like at least for this week he's going to get his wish. But there is an obvious reason why Burton should be playing more often, regardless of whether or not T. Higgins is on the field. And in this video, I'll explain why the Bengals have no choice but to make that happen. Hi again, Bengals fans. John Sheeran of A2C Sports Cincinnati here. And last week, we saw more of Jermaine Burton than we did in his previous 6 games combined. He ran more routes against the Philadelphia Eagles than he had in his first 6 games. He caught his second career reception that also went for over 40 yards, just like his first career reception all the way back in week 2. And hell, he even got an end zone target that was unfortunately broken up, but still, there was a clear emphasis from the Bengals that they wanted to involve Burton more without T. Higgins on the field. But all of that is relative, right? I mean, at the end of the day, he only played 24 snaps on offense as Trenton Irwin still got in there to replace Higgins, so there's still more that he can do. And Joe Burrow agrees. When he talked to reporters on Wednesday in his weekly press conference about Burton, he said, quote, "Yeah, we got to continue to get reps in practice. You know, T has taken all those reps, so he hasn't had those all season, but the last 2 weeks of practice that he's had and stuff that he's put on tape warrants more playing time for him." Now, obviously, any quarterback would want to play with the guys he's practiced the most with, but I don't think Burton's practice reps should be determined by whether or not T. Higgins is able to practice himself. Because even when this offense does have T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, there is still a void of receiving production outside of them. You have Mike Gesicki having about a month-long period of doing nothing statistically in between 2 really good performances this year. You're getting next to nothing out of the slot from Andre Iosivas, and you're getting nothing from Trenton Irwin, obviously. This offense needs Jermaine Burton right now, but it especially needs Jermaine Burton for the future. And the only way to get that version of Jermaine Burton in the future is giving him reps right now. Because everybody watching this video knows what the near future has in store for the Bengals. They have a huge decision to make with T. Higgins this offseason. And the more injuries that pop up for him this year, the less likely it is that they're going to tag him again or just re-sign him. And I know we just talked about the Bengals tagging T. Higgins again last week, but that video came out literally right before he suffered yet another soft tissue injury. Out of all of the receivers on this roster outside of T. Higgins, Jermaine Burton has the best upside, ability, potential, whatever you want to call it. He has the best chance of replacing what Higgins has been for this offense for the past 5 years. And the Bengals cannot go into this offseason not having a clue if Jermaine Burton can do that. The only way that they're going to find out is giving him more reps in practice and giving him more playing time in the games. You know exactly what you're going to get with Trenton Irwin, and it's clearly not enough. You're learning more and more that Yoshi probably isn't ready to be a starter, but you still want to give him reps to develop. It should not be this hard or complicated that even when Higgins is back in the picture, that you get Burton on the field and in situations where he can win right now. Because at the end of the day, these games have to mean something for the Bengals. If they're not going to go to the playoffs, then you need to figure out who on the roster is worthy of sticking around, is worthy of larger roles in the future. And the best thing to do for Jermaine Burton is exactly what Joe Burrow wants. Get him on the field more.